And they break away. We're looking to see Shoal Creek in the headgear go on. He's the pacemaker for Giants Causeway. It'll be interesting to see the time as well through the early stages here. Shoal Creek looks to have gone off pretty freely from Giants Causeway in second. Giants Causeway's big rival, his old foe from Sandown, Kalanisi in third in the green jacket. Then Leah Spear from Al Mushtarak, and Barathir Guest, blue-capped, is last of the six as they race along the back straight then in this 261,000-pound Juddmonte International Group 1. And Shoal Creek in the hands of Paul Scallon from Giants Causeway, and Mick Cannan in second place, Kalanisi in third. They go through the first 2.5 furlongs in 32.33. That's pretty quick. Shoal Creek by 2.5 lengths to Giants Causeway. Kalanisi in third. Then Leah Spear 4-5 on the outside, Al Mushtarak, and finally Barathir Guest in the hands of Frankie Dettori. They begin to swing left-handed at the far end of the course as they run towards the final 5 furlongs. And Shoal Creek from Giants Causeway, a genuine gallop, 56.73 for the first 4.5 furlongs. They're right on a genuine pace here, and Shoal Creek, the rider, looking round to see where his stable companion is, and he just pulls off the rail to allow him through, and Mick Cannan can choose to go when he wants, if he can. Giants Causeway the inside, Kalanisi in third under Pat Edry, then Leah Spear, Barathir Guest and Al Mushtarak. They run down to the final 3 furlongs then, and with his stablemate moving obligingly off the fence, Giants Causeway takes over, but here comes Kalanisi with his run down the outside. Giants Causeway, Kalanisi looks very strong out wide, challenging wider out, and that may be a sensible ploy here. Giants Causeway possibly can't see him, they're not close together, and he battles hard if he can get a target, but it's Kalanisi and Giants Causeway as they run to the final furlong. Giants Causeway is battling well, Kalanisi on the near side, Kalanisi's just in front of Giants Causeway, so they fight again. It's Kalanisi and Giants Causeway at the line. Oh, Giants Causeway maybe, but it's very close. They're off and racing. Halicarnassus just the last to leave the gate. New approaches restrained in the early stages in the green jacket, and it's Red Rock Canyon, Duke of Marmalade's pacemaker, that heads on into an early lead. Cat Junior on the right taking a keen tug. New approaches also pulling very hard as he did in the Epsom Derby. It didn't stop him winning that day, but that's not good news in these early stages as they round their one and only turn. Red Rock Canyon by a couple of lengths. Duke of Marmalade following his stable companion into second place now. Cat Junior is third, then Phoenix Tower. Rob Roy in a red jacket. The inside, the white-faced Pipe Dreamer is further back, followed by Championship Point. New approach second last, now just dropping his head better, and Halicarnassus at the rear of the field. 3/4 of a mile left to travel in the Juddmonte International. Red Rock Canyon swinging along in front from Duke of Marmalade, seeking his 5th Group 1. Then Cat Junior on the far side sits third. In fourth is Phoenix Tower, followed by Rob Roy on his outside. Pipe Dreamer, Championship Point. New approach now taken out wide by Kevin Manning, and finally Halicarnassus and Duke of Marmalade, the 6-4 on favourite here to give his trainer Aidan O'Brien an 18th Group 1 of the season. Red Rock Canyon now stoked along. Cat Junior draws alongside. Duke of Marmalade on the fence. Then Phoenix Tower trying to find a way through from Rob Roy. New approaches getting closer as well with Pipe Dreamer as they race inside the final 3 furlongs. Now the race is on. Duke of Marmalade has got a lovely run up the rail here under Johnny Murta. Cat Junior wider, Pipe Dreamer trying to come through. Phoenix Tower squeezing between Duke of Marmalade and Red Rock Canyon on the extreme outside. New approach is under pressure. Duke of Marmalade is taken on now by Phoenix Tower and Pipe Dreamer, 2 old rivals. New approach is back in fourth as they meet the rising ground. Duke of Marmalade digging in. Phoenix Tower having a right old crack at him today. Duke of Marmalade on the near side of Phoenix Tower as they race the line, and it's Duke of Marmalade again. 5 Group 1s. Duke of Marmalade wins the Juddmonte International. Who's going to make the place here? That's the burning early question. Will it be Frankie on Cavalryman or Kieran on Cutler's Bay for Godolphin? Stimulation's up there in the purple jacket on the outside byword with the white face. Dick Turpin's pulling furiously, and Richard Hughes is trying to hook him back and get some cover, and it's Stimulation that's going to lead from in second byword. Bushman on the outside, Twice Over's up the inside, then Cutler's Bay, Rip Van Winkle, Dick Turpin. Frankie's out the back on Cavalryman on the 1.5 mile horse course, and Jackleberry is last of all as they head down the far side, and it's Stimulation and Darrell Holland by 3 lengths off a modest early pace by the look of things. Byword on the inside now with Out Wider Bushman. Then in the white cap is Cutler's Bay. Pink cap the rail is Twice Over. Dark blue jacket Rip Van Winkle towards the outside of Dick Turpin in the black sleeves, and the last 2 cavalrymen, and in the noseband the Italian raider Jackleberry. Swinging left-handed at the far end of the course in the Juddmonte International, and now they're heading towards the 5.5 furlong point from the finish, and Stimulation pressing on a little bit more now from Byword in second, who's got a lovely toe through behind the leader in the hands of Maxime Guillon. Then Bushman in third, towards the rear there Jackleberry and Cavalryman at the tail of the field coming down the centre. Stimulation kicking from the front from Byword, then Bushman, Cutler's Bay, Twice Over travels okay, so too Rip Van Winkle. Dick Turpin being asked to try and improve. Cavalryman coming on the extreme left, and Jackleberry still at the back of the field. They're closing in on Stimulation. Byword is the first to commit from Twice Over in the same ownership, the Juddmonte ownership. They're 1 and 2 now. Dick Turpin trying to stay on, so too Rip Van Winkle, but it's Twice Over and Byword eyeballing each other. Rip Van Winkle begins to bridge the gap in third, and then Cavalryman in 4th place entering the final furlong. Twice Over on the far side of Byword. Rip Van Winkle is still inching closer as they race up towards the line. Twice Over, Byword. Here's Rip Van Winkle storming home on the near side. Rip Van Winkle will get there. Rip Van Winkle wins the Juddmonte. In second is Twice Over, nabbed on the line. Byword third.
Set to go now, and they're off and racing for the Juddmonte International of 2013. Now, where is the pace going to come from? Trading Leather is the first one to emerge in front here. It looks like a steady gallop, however, with Al Kazim in close attendance, and then Declaration of War racing handily in 3rd place. A break of 1.5 lengths into Hillstar, who races on the outside of Toronado. Richard Hughes attempting to settle Toronado in last but 1 place, and Rewarded in the pink jacket at the back of the field is 2 lengths behind him as the runners now settle down into a rhythm and go past the 8 furlong marker on the far side. Now they're striding out. Trading Leather, the Irish Derby hero, leads Al Kazim by 1.5 lengths at this stage, with Declaration of War handy in 3rd, followed then by Hillstar's Yellow Cap in 4th as they go past the 7. Toronado seems to be settled much better now, racing in 5th place, and he in turn is 2 lengths ahead of Rewarded as they take the turn down the side of the course now, approaching the final 6 furlongs. So they're beginning to get towards the halfway point in the Juddmonte. Trading Leather and Kevin Manning from Al Kazim sitting in second there for James Doyle. Declaration of War on the rail, the dark blue jacket for Joseph O'Brien, followed by Hillstar. Toronado still covered up by Richard Hughes, with still at the back of the field Tom Queally on board. Rewarded as they turn round now and face the judge and come down past the half-mile marker. Trading Leather leads narrowly now from Al Kazim, who's getting a little bit closer. Declaration of War and Hillstar in 3rd and 4th, followed by Toronado, who's yet to play his cards, being weighted with at the back of the field. Now he's being driven, Toronado, by Richard Hughes to try and close up. Al Kazim draws alongside and passes Trading Leather as they go past the point where it's now testing unknown territory for Toronado, but he's got plenty of lengths to make up, not doing so at this stage. Declaration of War is coming there strongly to tackle Al Kazim, and Trading Leather, who's battling bravely on the far side. Al Kazim's in trouble. Declaration of War on the near side is finishing off best. Trading Leather on the far side from Al Kazim, and Juddmonte International 2013 goes to Declaration of War gamely. A deserved win. And they're off and racing for the 2014 Juddmonte International over this extended 1.25 miles. Australia's being dropped in. Mukadram is out in front, a little bit keen in the early stages, taken on now by Kingfisher in the white cap on the rail. And then back in 3rd is A-Rod with Telescope on his outside. The Grey Gatsby and Australia, winners of 3 derbies between them, are restrained at the back of the field as the runners head off down the far side towards the mile start. So Kingfisher out in front here in the hands of Shamie Heffernan, leads from Mukadram, who's settling a bit better now as the race develops. On the inside then is A-Rod in the hands of Jamie Spencer, followed by Telescope and Ryan Moore, and the Grey Gatsby, Richard Hughes on board the grey on the inside there of the Derby winner Australia, and Joseph O'Brien right down to his minimum weight to ride here this afternoon as they approach the 6 furlong marker. Starting to swing left-handed down the side of the course now. Kingfisher still the leader. Mukadram and Paul Hannigan has got him in his sights on the outside. He's a length away in second place. A-Rod and Telescope in third and fourth. And still looking on from the back there, both the Grey Gatsby and Australia racing stride for stride as they turn in towards the home straight now. Just over half a mile left to travel here in the Juddmonte International. Kingfisher still the leader. Mukadram on the outside getting closer. A-Rod up the inside. Telescope just being asked now to pick up and lengthen his stride. The Grey Gatsby is just following him through, and then comes Australia. Joseph O'Brien asking him now to pick up on the outside as the runners hurtle down the home straight here at the Knavesmire. 2.5 furlongs to go. Mukadram just about strikes the front here from Telescope. Here on the near side comes Australia. Over on the far side is A-Rod. The Grey Gatsby will be leaving it late. Mukadram is under pressure and wilts. Here comes Australia on the outside. Takes over. The Grey Gatsby is trying to chase him down. Telescope battling on for the placings on the inside, but it's Australia and Joseph O'Brien in front inside the final furlong here, and the Derby winner is going to storm home and win the Juddmonte International pretty comfortably in the end. Australia too good for the Grey Gatsby.